I, my brother's keeper.
And I got a list of proof. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know, man, it's February, Black History Month. But you know the real origin of Black History? It's a brother selling another brother man out. Selling its own people, you know the history, y'all. Which is ongoing in the present time. Yeah. It's ongoing. Ladies and gentlemen, black on black crime is no bueno. It's no good. But it's alive and it's high. Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen these two brothers, Wilder-Breland, Deontay Wilder, tearing each other down. Tearing each other down. And we have channels out there in the YTBC that's making it worse. Making it worse. These two men are prestige fighters. Prestige fighters. Two Olympians. Decent professional careers. Have done well for themselves and their family. Still got their faculties. But, as you can see, it's just the nature of tearing each other down. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know both these men had interviews, and Wilder-Breland said a lot of, well, let's say this. Deontay Wilder threw this man under the bus, right? We feel like he threw this respected man, Wilder-Breland, under the bus. Wilder-Breland was supposed to be probably the most respected, credible person in Deontay Wilder's camp. He fired him. Deontay Wilder fired him because he feel like he threw in the towel and spiked his water. When we're talking about spike this water, that's just not no easy just saying it out loud, and it's nothing. It's like something to play with. Drugging somebody. Meaning that this man, you accuse this man, Wilder accused this man for attempted murder. Yes, attempted murder. That's how serious it is. And it was surprising that Wilder-Breland that came out earlier to defend himself. But he did. He did in a recent interview this past Friday and said things that probably he should have said to Deontay Wilder years ago. Said about Deontay, of course, he denied the spiking of the water, but also he explained that Deontay Wilder never wanted to train, never hit the heavy bag, never hit the speed bag, never trained, never worked out, whatever. I'm just paraphrasing. Said that he would never beat Tyson Fury, whether cheat or not. He just got power. He said Wilder-Breland could beat any of Deontay Wilder's opponent. And he said that Deontay Wilder is done. Done. Now, there's people out there that's thinking about it. Come on, Wilder-Breland. Wow, you should have said that a long time ago. You still collecting a check? Or you just riding the wave? Huh? That's a question. That's a fair question when it comes to training and then the partnership between fighter and trainer. Deontay Wilder followed up with an interview and talking about Wilder-Breland is probably jealous of him, always been jealous of him. Huh? And now you got a bunch of these, there's a lot of these channels that's on Wilder's side, but a lot of people understand Wilder-Breland, a whole lot of people plus his contemporaries in the industry of boxing is on Wilder-Breland's side. But, I mean, the best thing that we could do, all of us collectively, is bring these two brothers together. But I guess there's other channels out there that still can't get, they can't get over that Deontay Wilder did get beaten by Tyson Fury. Very, very bad. We all know that. That does not take nothing away from Deontay Wilder. He only lost one time. But I want to go back to this, to proof. A lot of people are talking about proof. In that same interview, Deontay Wilder was contradicting himself whether he got proof or he don't got proof or proof. If you go listen to that interview again, it was kind of, it ain't made a lot of contradictions there. But I'll say this. Let me break it down in layman's terms, because proof is very, very important. The dude said he spiked your water. We want to see, because we already know that fighters get tested after the fight. We want to know if the blood test or the piss test or whatever it was, did you have anything in your system? The test will tell you that, right? Everything was clean. Everything was clean. You can't come up with that proof. And if you are, then you're probably the VADA testing is lying. Then you should sue VADA testing or whatever, who was testing for that event. Nevada State Commission, if there was no inspector or whatever, or the guy that was looking at the gloves, the wraps or whatever, somebody got to be accountable for all of this stuff. But ain't nobody going for criminal charges. But anyway, let's talk about proof. Let me ask you a question, y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. If some woman come out of nowhere and says, hey, you my baby daddy, this your kid, this your son, this your daughter, this your son, huh? If she just came out of nowhere, you don't know this chick, you probably blazed her, or you don't know her from a hole in the wall, and she come up to you on your doorstep and said, this is your kid, this your son. Wouldn't you want proof? I mean, if let's say you did something with her back then or whatever, one night stand or whatever, wouldn't you want proof? Huh? I bet the chick that you may be with at the time to be like, yo, you really did? You ain't tell me you had no kid. And you a woman, I ain't had no kid. I don't know this one from a hole in the wall and stuff like that. But you will want to take a DNA test if you actually did something, right? You want proof that this kid is yours or is not. Don't you want the proof? What would you do? What would you do if you needed proof? You would get tested. They would take blood tests or whatever, right? Or the swab or whatever. I'd have, what would you do? You would get tested. You want the kid to be tested. You want you to be tested to make sure, to prove to yourself and the woman that you're with, baby, look, I took the test. No, it came out negative. Don't worry, I'm not the daddy. Maury. Anyway, I'm not the daddy. You want proof, right? So with no proof, you think that Mark Breland is going to go down? Huh? You going to drag this man, his name through the mud with no proof? Show us the proof. Show us the proof. Because those allegations are not on some easy playing around. Those are attempted murder allegations and should be taken seriously. Now, for those channels out there that want to now, crucify Mark Breland because of your affection and your obsession with Deontay Wilder. Look, I'm a fan of Wilder, but not like these folks. These folks are delusional. These beta males out here that got these YouTube channels out there that's vouching for all of this stuff. You are cancer. You are obsessed. You need help. Bellevue Hospital. Pick up these dudes immediately. Too old for this. Guys like 40, 50 years old. You are pathetic. You men are pathetic. I can't even support Wilder so much because then I don't want to be attached with these delusional folks, these beta males, y'all. Wilder, I'm a fan, but I can't be around your other delusional peoples, man. They're delusional. They're sick. They are sick. Hope Bellevue Hospital, New York City should take care of them. We got a lot of mental institute also in the Rockland County area. I'll give you out a number. Anyway. But wouldn't be better instead of y'all making videos out there? I'm just talking to these these independent media YouTube that likes to separate these people, that they actually say that these are pro channels, which they are not. They are a cancer. They are not. Wouldn't you want to bring these two brothers together? Show the people that, brothers can come together and work out. Only need a conversation. Only need some clarity. Huh? I mean, JD is still the trainer, right? Doesn't that look a little Stephen and Django? No? I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, look, if he's comfortable with JD if he's comfortable with him in his corner, then hey, that's his decision. That's Deontay Wilder's decision. All we wanted for Deontay Wilder is to go back into the drawing board, go into the ring, go into training and, sharpen up his tools, come up with a game plan, get somebody that's going to, elevate your game. If Deontay Wilder also said in the interview that this guy over exceeded his teaching of Wilder-Breland, then but you should have never kept him, Deontay Wilder. You should have never kept him. Y'all did a disservice for yourself. That's why I think that both of these guys take responsibility and accountability for their action. And I'm talking about trainer and fighter. You should have never kept him if you know you exceeded his teaching. And you should have left him, since you said, Wilder-Breland, that you love him. You should have left him. And matter of fact, find one of your good buddies in the Crunk Gym. Probably Sugar Hill could have been training Deontay Wilder. Dude, have you, and by the way, just talking about Sugar Hill, have you noticed that these guys that call themselves pro are the one that's actually trying to bury these other black trainers, credible trainers in the sport of boxing? Huh? Are they pro boxing? Are they pro their race? Or are they just pro Wilder? We don't know what these Chinese are made of. I mean, look, I don't want to dial into that, to the negative, but I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm going to tell you salute to Wilder and his camp, his family. If I were you, and this is just as a fan, I'm just a fan, I would disattach myself from the same interviews that you do with the same people. I mean, maybe it is true. Maybe you can't criticize. Give Deontay Wilder some criticism, some constructive criticism. I mean, he's not gonna be listening to the Wilder-Breland. And there was a panel out there that I seen yesterday that was talking about, oh my God, he was weird and he's the shut and da 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 da. Maybe, or he wasn't happy after the fight. Maybe he wasn't happy after the fight because he knows boxing and he knows how to train. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. So he's not going to be happy after the fight. And guess what? As a fan watching the Luis Ortiz fight, even though Deontay Wilder knocked the dude out, I wasn't happy. You know why? Because he lost every round. A real trainer is not going to be happy with a type of performance. No. So maybe Wilder-Breland was like, you know what? Nah, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. You're not getting better. But these guys, the delusional one, the obsessed one, they be like, oh, yeah, we love knockouts, but we know that he was adopting that aura, that all I need is one punch. Huh? Only adopting the aura, I only need one punch, and everybody else got to be perfect. That failed them versus Fury. We know it failed them versus Fury. The real thing is that we all know that he lost versus Fury. The real thing that we know that he was getting outboxed by Luis Ortiz and he was getting outboxed by Fury in Fury 1. And yes, I love the knockouts. But also got to check out the other wrinkles and stuff like that when you're stepping up in competition. Wilder-Breland is not going to be happy. No real trainer is going to be happy. It's not going to be happy. Because you want your student and you want your fighter to be better and better and better. So, instead of people bringing and separating these guys and calling this guy names for no reason, Wilder-Breland spoke up because he was dragged under put under the bus, and he came back with an interview to get himself out bottom of the bus. He just want to get, he stepped up. He defended himself. And I'm going to give him that leeway to defend himself if I get those allegations, the type of allegations that Wilder was giving him. It's time for real people to be on these guys' side. Real people. Deontay Wilder, you have a lot of snakes around you. And maybe not around you physically, but around you in the YTB scene. These other channels that you think that support you, the way they're supporting you to bury everybody around you, they're snakes. And they're only doing it for super chats, my brother. They don't love you. They don't love you. That's just the way I see it anyway. And look, if you do want to talk to real unbiased people, Wilder, your boy Punch Drunk is right here. And there's like, don't gotta be me, but there's a lot of channels out there that will, will give you that good interview, and will talk to, and will also talk to you like a fan, and will be unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. That's what you need. You need somebody to conversate with you that is logically, objectively, unbiasedly, but fair. And the people that you keep on running to, I'm going to tell you like this, they don't got that credibility like that. And to be honest, you know and I know, they are the circus of the YTBC. And I'm going to keep on looking at it because y'all do make me laugh, y'all. Y'all do make me laugh. Y'all my entertainment value. It's comedic. How low can they go? Wilder, debunk these dudes. They're no good. Over here in the YTBC, we got a lot of great channels out there that keep it unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. That don't want to tear people down. Want to keep people up. Shout out to all the people. Shout out to everybody that have contributed to Black America and America. Black History Month is just not a month, but it's every month, every day, every week. It's American history. It's the world history, put it that way, because we're one human race. Brothers and sisters. Black, white, red, green, yellow, whatever you want to call it, man. Asian, African, Middle East, Europe. We all family. We all one race. We're just a buffet. Different cultures what makes us beautiful. Again, we're brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.